All right, good to have all of you here. Welcome, welcome. My name is David Trotter. I'm the co-founder and publisher of Awaken Magazine, and my lovely partner Mandy is here. Mandy. So just to tell you a little bit about Awaken Magazine and kind of how this all came to be, we are dedicated to amplifying the voices of conscious or spiritual leaders and healers and coaches. And we do that primarily through an online platform that is at awakenedmagazine.com. And so we put out several interviews and articles every single week that are inspiring and motivating and educational around raising your vibration, elevating your consciousness, and ultimately what I like to say is awakening you to love. That we are all swimming in unconditional love, whether we know it or not, and that nothing separates us from unconditional love. And anything that separates us is merely a figment of our imagination. And so we exist to help us just awaken to this unconditional divine love that we are swimming in. And that ultimately we believe that will heal us, transform us, and change our lives. And so there are so many wonderful leaders like these 6 incredible women. I don't know where the guys are tonight. What the heck? Incredible women who are bringing their gifts to the table. And so as part of what I get a chance to do with Awaken Magazine as I interview a lot of people. And over the last year or so, we've only been in existence a little over a year. And I get to interview so many people about their stories of awakening, their journey of coming to believe and recognize that what we see and taste and touch and feel and hear is not just the only thing about this life, that there is something behind all of these things, this spiritual world. And in the process of me interviewing them, I'm like, oh my gosh, these stories are so powerful. And usually the story has a, probably like your story, there's okay, I'm going along in life and then, I hit a bump in the road, right? I hit something that's challenging. And in the midst of that challenge, love shows up, healing shows up, awakening shows up. And I thought, man, if I could help people tell their stories in the context of a book, that could change people's lives. If we could get these stories of awakening inside of a book and then get that book in the hands of people who were asking the question, is there more to life than what I'm experiencing right now? Or I'm going through a really hard time. What could I need some assistance. I need to feel like I'm not alone. Or maybe I'm having some experiences that are kind of wacky, kind of like these intuitive, weird experiences. I don't know what to do with this. And if I could read the story of someone else and see their life like a mirror, see myself in their life, then that would help that individual. And so that's the vision behind Awakened Hearts. And the subtitle is Stories of Embracing Life, Love, and Limitless Possibilities. And so these are 6 of the 32 co-authors that participated in this book. And we're excited to be able to hear from them tonight. Not necessarily their journey, because their journey's in the book. We hope that you would either already have a copy or pick up a copy tonight and read about their stories of awakening and transformation, but that you would get a taste of their wisdom, their giftedness, their power that comes through them as they work with and care for and serve the people that are their, for lack of a better word, clients, people that come to work with them. And so we get a chance to just get a taste of that tonight. All right, so we have Jen. Where's Jen? Oh, there you are. Okay. Jen, would you like to say anything else beyond that? Jen has been so instrumental. I did not put this event together. Jen spearheaded this event.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you, everyone, for being here and for supporting us. And Dave, for your vision in this book and bringing us all together. I think our hearts were touched And that's why we all decided to participate. And we all are excited to share what we want to share today with you. And hopefully it'll inspire you in some way and help you deepen your heart awakening as well.
Good. Okay, good. So what we're going to do is give each one of the co-authors an opportunity to just share a little bit of their gifts tonight. And I'll read a short intro about them so you get to know them. I know some of you came here tonight to support a particular individual. Am I right? Yes. Okay, that's good. The cool thing is you are going to get supported by the other 5 individuals, right? That they're getting to bring their encouragement and wisdom to you. So we're actually going to start with Jennifer Dickens. Yes. Jen is of course, a contributing author to Awakened Hearts. She's a certified heart math coach. She's a Reiki master and a 6 heart illuminations facilitator. After decades in the corporate world, a health scare became her turning point, leading her to a path of spiritual awakening. Her mission is to awaken the heart of humanity, helping people purify what weighs heavy on their heart so that they can live lightheartedly with inner peace, authentic connection, and joy, empowering them to awaken their inner light and embrace their true divine self. In the book, if you happen to have it in front of you, she has written chapter 7, which is called The 6 Heart Illuminations, How Divine Love Transformed My Life's Path. So will you guys give Jen a warm welcome?
Thank you. Thank you, Dave. What a great introduction. Thank you, everyone. I'll start by reading a little bit to get you intrigued and excited about what you might find in my chapter. I'm just going to read one paragraph. So, in a sense of awe and wonderment, I walked back to my seat and sat in the sacred peace and stillness of the ceremony. My heart was buzzing with the cosmic heart activation of the ecstatic love I just experienced. I allowed myself to fully receive the radiant joy now emanating, nourishing, and awakening my heart. As I silently left the temple that night, I knew I had to discover what this ecstatic, energetic force was. This was one of the most defining moments in my personal spiritual evolution. So you'll have to read the chapter to know what happened. What is that thing that you had to discover? So I have been the reason why I got involved with the book is my practice has been awakening heart wisdom since 2018. And like Dave was saying, my purpose is to awaken, purify, and illuminate people's heart. And I do that through a process called the 6 Heart Illuminations. And the reason why I do that is when working with my heart math clients, I discovered that there was so much grief and sorrow and remorse and resentment that a lot of them were holding on to. And then this work just kind of came out of working with heart math clients and came out through meditation. And my personal awakening has been in stages. So in this book is not my original awakening, which was the health scare, but it was one that was more recent because it's a process of self-evolution, self-realization. But what I find so fulfilling in working with my clients in this awakening heart wisdom, many of my coaching clients are here. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Is to just see the transformation and how at peace and at ease they are in their own heart. So what I thought I would do today, because I only have a few minutes, is guide us through a little heart inner journey. It'll be like 4 or 5 minutes. And see how you feel. See what you feel in your heart. So I'll invite you to go ahead and relax your eyes closed. Sit in a comfortable position. Just relax your eyes closed and just shift your attention and energy to your breath as if you're gently, softly, slowly breathing in and out of your heart. If your mind wanders, it's okay. Just bring your attention back to your breathing, getting into your heart space. softening your breath and softening your heart with each gentle and slow inhale. And on your next inhale, breathe in the feeling of love, appreciation, gratitude for someone or someplace in your life. Maybe it's your partner, your children, your pet, that you're just so grateful for their presence in your life. Allowing this feeling to awaken appreciation, gratitude, and love, and expanding it out from your heart like a warm, illuminating light, shimmering, expanding out, getting brighter and brighter, nourishing, nurturing your heart, expanding out into every cell in your body. Affirm silently with me, I am love. I am loved. I am loving. I am lovable. And I am worth loving. Allow this love to just nurture all your cells, your soul being emanating from your heart at this higher vibration of divine love. Just relaxing into it. And just taking a few more breaths at your own pace. And when you're ready, you can open up your eyes and come back into our discussion. How does your heart feel? A little better, a little quieter, a little softer? So I work with my clients one-on-one or in groups, in person, on Zoom, and on your seat, there's a postcard which has all my offerings and what's coming up. I have a Cultivating Divine Love class next week. It's free. You're welcome to join. You can just click on the QR code and it'll take you to a page where you can locate it. And I also work with people through the 6 Heart Illuminations. You can get information there and just explore what it is for you that you feel will help you awaken your heart. And hopefully today you'll get some wonderful ideas. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Yeah, thank you so much. Our next co-author is Julie Wasmer. Julie is an emotion, body, and belief code practitioner and intuitive energy healer. Her spiritual gifts were revealed after experiencing a deep period of grief that opened up her heart to receive divine, unconditional love from beyond the veil. Her story is deeply moving, and her wish for humanity is to awaken to our divine potential by healing our past traumas through the heart. And in chapter 24, you'll have the chance to read her story, and the chapter is titled Divine Whispers. So if you give Julie a warm welcome.
Let me test this. Thank you, David, for the lovely introduction. And as David said, my story, Divine Whispers, and my journey of overcoming grief, finding forgiveness, tapping into source energy and learning about more about consciousness and more about frequency to the point where I could start to feel it has been very powerful and shifting for me. And I wasn't always an intuitive energy healer. It, happened after going through this deep experience that I had. And I wanted to sort of explain some things that I feel consciously are going on the planet right now. You probably have felt that time is moving much quicker for us. And so the Earth is actually a conscious being, and she's going through her own evolution, just like humanity is. And she's been getting downloads, cosmic downloads from all the different eclipses and astronomical, positions of the planets lately. There's been solar flares. There's a lot of stuff that's happening that some people, don't understand, that actually is raising our consciousness and our vibration. So as she's moving into a higher vibrational frequency, moving into what they call the 5D to try to create the new Earth, humanity is also going through the same shifts. We're experiencing that. And part of this shifting that we're going through is healing our old wounds. It's the wounding, it's Mother Earth's wounding, and we can see that showing up, whatever your beliefs are, but you can see the activity that's happening on the planet right now. And this is the wounding that's healing. And so humanity also, in order to go through their higher frequencies and to keep up with this acceleration and this ascension process, needs to really heal their wounds. And so I discovered by doing the work that I was doing that I was able to help heal people's lower, vibrational frequencies through the emotional wounds, physical ailments, and all different kinds of things that showed up. And today what I'd like to do is just guide you through a couple of limiting beliefs that the collective consciousness might be feeling. So as I go through, I'm going to try to do 3 if I have enough time. And as I go through this, I just want you to just notice. You can close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that as I go through these, but just notice like what you feel. Don't judge it, and just follow my guidance, and maybe notice where you might feel it as well in your body. So the first belief that people are feeling is, I don't deserve to be blank. I want you to think of the first word, whatever popped into your mind. I don't deserve to be. It might be sad. It might be, I don't deserve to be loved. It might be, I don't deserve to be accepted. I don't deserve to be successful. Whatever it is that came up for you, I'm going to guide you through releasing this. And so I want you to take a deep breath into the front of your heart. And I want you, with intention, to send that thought and that idea out. And I want you to dissolve that and send it to the earth so that she can transmute this energy for us and work with us. And so think that whatever that thought is, I don't deserve to be, we're going to destroy and uncreate it across all time, space, dimension, and reality. And take another deep breath into the heart and just exhale that out. And the second limiting belief is the belief, and this one's kind of funny the way it came out when I tapped into this, was I'd rather die than forgive. And I thought, that's kind of crazy. But think of who you might know that might have gone to their grave without forgiving somebody, a relationship that they had or something that happened to them. And the forgiveness is really not about letting that other person go without consequences. It has nothing to do with that. That person is still liable for whatever they did. You don't have to reconciliate with that person. But what the forgiveness provides, it provides you to be free. It's giving you a chance to release any anger, resentments, bitterness that you might be holding in your heart. And so I want you to imagine that you've got two chains crossing in front of your heart, linked chains, and they're just, in front of you. And take a deep breath again into the heart. And I want you to imagine that those chains are breaking open and they're dissolving into gold dust and going back down into the earth to be dissolved and transmuted. And that you no longer have to carry that pain with you anymore. And you can bring back and call your soul back in. You can call all the parts of yourself that you have given away and bring them back inside to you. And the last programming that I'd like to come up with here is the thought that I am not intuitive. We are all naturally born to be intuitive. And that's part of this ascension process that we're going through to open up this intuition. And you might not think that you're intuitive, but I'm sure every single one of you have had the experience of thinking of someone and that person calls, or the phone rings and you knew who it was before you picked it up. So there's all these different little hunches that we get in our life. These are chances and opportunities for us to start to develop more of that and to notice that you have that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of release this belief, put our intention at least to release it, by taking a breath into our brow chakra, which is our energy that helps us see our higher self, connect to our higher self, and helps us with our intuition. So take a breath in through the nose, but imagine that you're bringing the breath in through the forehead as you're breathing. And then as you exhale, imagine that the breath is coming out of the forehead. And let's do that again. Take a breath in and through the forehead and through the brow chakra. And just release this limiting thought, this belief that you are not an intuitive. And you may want to, if you feel like you've got anything, you can always, one way that you can move energy on yourself is you can kind of brush yourself and brush the energy off to move it away. And another way that you can move energy is you can take your hand and you can run it over your governing meridian, over your head 3 times with your intention. It's another way to move energy. And we're going to sort of seal the deal here with a positive thought, a positive mantra. And that is that I have faith again. I have faith again. And I'll just end this with a download that I had that came to me not too long ago. That was, remember, we are all one with Source. So thank you very much. I also work one-on-one. I work out of my home office in Woodland Hills, as well as on Zoom or by phone. I've got clients, my daughter, a client, right? Not an unpaid one, but she's in Australia and she gets the benefit of what I do, like all the way there. So energy can move anywhere. Energy is all around us. We are energy. So energy can heal with intention. So thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. Our next co-author this afternoon is Oracle Maureen, and she's the Chief Principal Oracle for Jesus, Kuan Yin, Mary, Buddha, and God. In addition to delivering their messages, she also helps people with readings, healings, entity clearings, meditations, classes, and more. And Oracle Maureen donates all her profits from her spiritual work to her charity, Angels Among Us Foundation, to help the suffering in the world. And Oracle Maureen has written chapter 26 in your book called Called Upon by Heaven, My Miraculous Awakening Experience. It's good to have you, Maureen. If you guys would give Maureen a warm welcome.
Thank you, everybody. Okay, so about that miraculous awakening experience. Did I receive it easily? No. Unfortunately, if you read the chapter, you'll find out that when this experience happened and I didn't see it coming and the layers of amnesia was being pulled away from me in a year-long process of heaven bringing me back to clarity of who I am, a guide and one assigned to the four ascended masters and God, and they were requiring me to work for them. I did a lot of push, pull, fear took over, and unfortunately I procrastinated miserably. For a while, they got through to me when they did, and I saw the beauty and the help that can be given through all of the different ways that guides and angels and our Creator help us here on earth. I surrendered and have spent the rest of my life serving them and serving mankind. My message from my chapter, I hope to be able to inspire all of you, which is to look beyond the physical dimension that you are presently in and to learn to go forward, embracing the family of guides and angels and your Creator that is constantly trying to communicate with you, as well as also the many other ascended masters, angels, and guides also willing to help you, but only if you allow them to help you. Today, Kuan Yin has offered to give you a guided meditation on helping you to become more awakened to their presence and the reality of the existence that they do have in your life. I don't have to time myself, so I'm in a trance, so it's just wave or someone grab me. Okay,
You wave, I'll nudge.
Kuan Yin is standing and has been directly behind me for our whole session so far. She is merging fully inside of me now. As she does, she is suspending a very large string of pearls in the middle of this room. These are her pearls of wisdom that she wishes to depart on all of you. Think your physical dimension offers a schoolhouse for your soul, one with many unlimited lessons, tests, and challenges. Your goal is to consistently connect with your soul as you go through your experiences and focus on attaining higher virtues. Higher virtues is the ascension process. The ascension process is the long set of stairs that leads you back home to heaven, where you were created and where your soul ultimately wants to reside. We stand lovingly, patiently by, waiting for you to open your mind and your heart in order to really be able to receive our guidance. Our wisdom is priceless. Our wish, our hope is that you allow the spiritual guides, the angels, and your source of life, your Creator, to guide you while you are here in this schoolhouse on earth, living in a physical dimension of matter and materialism, so that you ultimately choose the choices that will elevate your soul's evolution process, making your time on earth become more limited. Paradise is opened for all of those who wish to ascend. Please listen. Listen to the whispers, the messages, the dreams that your spiritual guides and your guardian angels and your Heavenly Father are constantly sending to you. Please open your mind and your heart wider to heaven, so that any and all guide wishing to assist you can come through and help you at a stronger level. Like a lotus flower opening up to a beautiful bloom, this is what your soul was intended to do while you incarnate here on earth. These pearls of wisdom I give to you. I place them in your hands. My hope, my prayer is that you take them with you throughout the rest of your days on earth. You can breathe. She's merging out of me. Take a deep breath. What she's always asked me to tell people is, while she was channeling you this message, go back and pay attention to any visions you may have received. any thoughts that came through. She may have gifted you guidance on anything that you were hoping to have help with or something you didn't see coming, but that she lovingly and generously did gift to you. Ascended Master Kuan Yin is now fully out. I see the pearls in your hands. Namaste.
Thank you, Maureen. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. You guys want to express your appreciation? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome to pass the mic. Our next co-author is Natasha Davidson, and she is a visionary leader, speaker, and energy healing practitioner devoted to guiding others from chaos to deep inner peace. And she finds joy in empowering individuals to reclaim their power through emotional healing, conscious living, and soul-led growth. When she's not guiding or writing, you'll find her soaking up nature, laughing with people she loves most, or savoring quiet moments of joy and reflection. And in the Awakened Hearts book, her chapter 9 is entitled The Courage to Feel. So if you would give Natasha a warm welcome.
Thank you. So when I was invited to entertain the idea of writing something in this book, I had no idea what I was going to write, but it was a hell yes. Like, I just knew I had to experience writing. I had never written before. And what came, and I ended up writing about one of the most emotionally painful experiences of my life. And it was a very cathartic process. And one thing I've learned since then is, and the title of my chapter is The Courage to Feel, because I used to be really good at suppressing emotions, like really good. And it was like, okay, something happens, you got to move forward, be strong, right? And I never really let myself feel until I did. And actually writing the book, was helpful in letting myself feel things I hadn't fully felt. And so that was a beautiful experience of writing. Another thing that I wanted to share with you in regards to letting myself feel, is I learned that when it comes to forgiveness, we can try to forgive at the level of story, and then we can also attain the same freedom if we just use our body and let ourselves feel. So we could either get into story and use the mind and try to forgive. And that hasn't really worked for me that way. What has worked for me really is letting myself feel the emotion, like feel the pain. Don't suppress it, just feel it. And then when I let myself feel that energy, then because I give myself permission to, then I just wrap my arms around that feeling that I might judge as bad, as wrong. And because I wrap my arms around that and I just let myself have it, then it dissipates. It's like, wow, what magical energy. It just dissolves. And so one thing I've really learned is by letting myself feel, I'm awakening more of my sensory nervous system. So we are like 10,000 times more sensory than we are motor, using our, motor nervous system. And there's a reason for that. We are meant to feel, like we came here to feel, right? The good, the bad, the ugly. And I've noticed that through this process, I've really learned to live life more fully, more authentically. I'm not afraid to feel, because I have felt those uncomfortable, painful emotions, and now it's not so scary anymore. And so through this process of learning to feel and being open to feeling, I have allowed myself to open up to more of my intuitive nature. And because I'm letting myself be more sensory and really tapping in and using my body, asking myself, okay, where do I feel that in my body? It's really turning online circuits within my body that may have been dormant or asleep. And so I thought it'd be fun to have kind of an experiential process with you guys, to notice where we might feel something in our body. And when you feel that in your body, just kind of notice it might be a sensation. It might be your awareness goes to this area of your body. Once you identify where that is in your body, then like hug it and squeeze it from the inside and let it know I'm paying attention to you. And then just kind of observe what happens. For me, I observe that the energy shifts, doesn't have such a stronghold on me, and I feel lighter and freer afterwards. So I invite you all to see how you experience it. So if you want to, go ahead and let's quiet the mind a little bit. Let's still it by bringing our awareness onto our body. Maybe notice your breath. Take a breath in and then let it out. So much of the time we're in our heads. And so what we're doing is we're anchoring all of those thoughts right here to this body, as if you're taking the strings of balloons and really anchoring them here right now in this body. Noticing your breath. How does it feel as it comes in? And you exhale out. And just keep breathing in and out, giving your mind something to do by observing your breath. And now I'm going to invite you to bring awareness to the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet. This is where your electric body is most concentrated. It's felt more here. And I'm going to invite you to start to feel into those feelings that you have when you're inspired to do something. Like when you have an aha moment or a revelation. And you're like, I got to take action on that. I'm just so inspired to do that. Feel that feeling right now. And then I invite you to notice where in your body your awareness goes to. Maybe it's a sensation. When I say the words, yes, I am, you might even repeat that to yourself. Yes, I am. And notice where you feel that. And then go ahead and breathe into that area of your body. Could be anywhere. It could be your left toe, could be your heart, could be your right ear, wherever it is. Just go ahead and imagine that you're breathing into it, hugging it and squeezing it from the inside. And then exhale to your hands and your feet. Maybe even seeing Leonardo da Vinci's Man, where the arms and the legs are outstretched in a circle. Breathing into your hands and your feet. Go ahead and exhale back to that area that was activated when you thought, yes, I am. Then once again, breathing into that area. And then exhale to your hands and your feet. And then begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And gently open your eyes. See how you feel now that you've integrated your electric body with this area, this aspect of consciousness. The body is a reflection of your consciousness. So feel into what it feels like to have that integration now. And then maybe twist a little bit to the right. Twist a little bit to the left. Take a deep breath in and then exhale it all to the ground. Another deep breath in and exhale. Wonderful. All right. So that's a short little embodiment practice to really connect. So anytime I find that anything's happening in my life, I just ask, rather than getting into story, I just ask, where do I feel this in my body? And I connect with it and just work with the raw energy. So I invite you to use this tool going forward, and that's it.
Thank you, Natasha.
Yeah.
You can pass it this way.
Oh, this way?
Yep. So one of the things that I do want to draw your attention to, I know Maureen didn't mention it and Natasha didn't mention it, but they work with individuals both in one-on-one sessions and do group work in different ways. I know that their information is not only in the book. I think Oracle Maureen had a flyer that's out. And so if you're interested in any of these amazing authors, they're not just authors, as you're hearing. They are healers and coaches and leaders that you can approach them afterwards and connect with them too. So, all right, tonight, we have, well, let's see, I'm not reading this correctly. Tonight we're going to start with From Counting Pills. Whoop, can we spin that? Oh, there we go. We're very high-tech and professional here this evening. Yes, professional. From Counting Pills to Counting Stars, that's the journey of our next author, Marlu Harris. She is a psychotherapist for over 30 years. She has helped countless others heal trauma. We have people waving forward. Would you like to sit? There's seats right here. They're good in the back. All right. A psychotherapist for over 30 years, she's helped countless others heal trauma and live more satisfying lives. But in her own darkest season, when life itself felt too heavy to carry, a dream visitation from her dead boyfriend became the light that pulled her back. She transformed years of depression, anxiety, and medication into joy, freedom, and unique soul frequency she calls PH Me. Today, she helps others discover their own PH Me so they too can live happy, joyous, and free. She has written chapter 20 in Awakened Hearts called Don't Fall Asleep Now, the dream that changed everything. And we also want to give Marlu a special award this evening for matching the branding of the book, the best out of all of our co-authors. So if you want to give Marlu a hand, you're welcome.
I got to stand up because I've been sitting too long. But anyway, hi, my name's Marlu Harris, and I had a dream. My dead boyfriend came in this dream, and it woke me up because he had a message for me of love. And when I woke up from the dream, I thought, oh, Eric is back with me. I'm in love. And this is all in my chapter. And then, oh my God, he had been dead for over 30 years. And I became obsessed with finding Eric. It was like, where's Eric? Why did he come? I'm a therapist, right? So I've been a therapist for many years, and I had been like taking every medication you could imagine, prescribed medications at that time, antidepressants, anxiety medication, pain medication. And, when I had my breakdown where I was thinking I didn't even deserve to live, I knew, oh my God, Marlu, I knew I wasn't going to do anything, but the thought was so startling that I thought, oh gosh, I need help. So of course, dutiful me, I went to see another psychiatrist and got another antidepressant medication. So I was taking 4, but the beauty is I had a medium who channeled this dead boyfriend. And that is because my therapist said, Marlou, I can't help you with this dream anymore. And I was like, what? You're not wanting to work with me on this amazing dream I had and help me figure it out? But yet there was the freedom to go to one of my clients had this medium help her to deal with the death of her 16-year-old daughter. So I had the name filed away in my head, and I went. This woman channeled Eric, who said, I'm here to show you love. I'm here to tell you that I want you to find the kind of love that we had, because he was my first love. Anyway, so that opened up a new channel, and I came to Mystic Journey. So this is full circle now. So I came to Mystic Journey after that. So I was like, I've got to find Eric. Where's another medium? Oh, Mystic Journey. Another client of mine had come to Mystic Journey to see this medium whose name I found out now, Cara Del Donna. So I had forgotten her name when I was writing the chapter, but it was a pivotal point for me because she helped me find Eric. And I was like, where's Eric? Eric, I need to find Eric. He's giving me this message. He said he's going to play at my wedding. I'm single. I wasn't even dating anyone. Where's the wedding? Where's the guy? So anyway, she was really, she was patient with me and helpful. And she was helping me to get in touch with Eric. And then one day I'm back in, I'm back in Mystic Journey, and I'm okay, Eric. She said, Marlou, she gently directed me back to myself. She said, you have a lot of emotional debris that you need to clear. She said, you need to start meditating. And when she said that, I knew she was right. I just felt it. And so I said, okay, what do I do? Where do I go? She said, try Deepak Chopra. Okay, so the next thing I know, I was listening to Deepak Chopra meditations, and every night I was listening to that 21 Days, remember, with Oprah and Deepak. Anyway, it was free. And so I found I was sleeping really well, and I would listen to it mostly at night before I went to sleep. And I was feeling good. And one day, 6 months later, I realized I don't need this medication anymore. It wasn't that I was trying to get off of this medication, because to me, I needed the medication. I'm like crawling. I'm on the floor in the shower, like, bawling my eyes out. Anyway, I titrated off the medication with the help of a doctor. And I haven't had to be on that medication since. I had taken medication. When I was writing this chapter, I realized I had been taking a combination of medications, and there's nothing wrong with medication. It helps when it helps. But I didn't need it anymore. And I just woke up one day and realized it. And so that was 12 years ago now, I believe. So anyway, now as part of this journey with the psychics and the mediums and everything, of course, I'm still practicing psychology and psychotherapy. That's my traditional training. But I started learning about Akashic records and meditation. Joe Dispenza was more recent, because that's an intense and those meditations are like an hour. I was doing 20 minutes, thinking that was enough for me. But then Joe Dispenza was like an hour, 2 hours. But anyway, I just want to say that the PH-me, it stands for personal harmonic me. And it's because I felt like the next thing for me was a PhD. I had my master's degree, right? And I just thought, well, I've got to get a PhD now because I'm so much more enlightened, whatever. And it came through, no, just take what you're interested in, just follow your heart. So that was PH-me. And as a result of that and these deep meditations, and I started taking people on journeys into the Akashic records, which is, basically on the way I was trained in the 8th dimension, the book of lives. Every life you've ever lived is there. Past, present, future. Every conversation you've ever had, every life you've lived is recorded there. So what I'd like to do now is just tell you what I've learned, which is, number 1, stop blaming and complaining. It's not going to help you. Rather than what's wrong, why is this happening to me? say, what can I learn from this? Even though it sucks, I don't mean to put it under the rug. But even though this is painful, what can I get from this? How can I shift out of this? Because before I was blaming everyone, from a doctor, the school district, my ex-husband, whatever it was. And I had to get to a place where there's no one else to blame. I need to start looking within. I was hearing it. I was sensing it. I was feeling it. And so now whenever I start to complain or blame, I catch myself. It's not that it goes away completely, but I definitely can catch myself. So in one of these meditations, what came through was this speaking in tongues. It's called glossolalia. And so I was sitting in a Joe Dispenza retreat, and suddenly in this retreat, the crown of my head opens up. I'm in a meditation, so we're all blindfolded. And suddenly I'm, symbols and gold and white light is coming through my crown. And I started speaking this other language. Now, Joe Dispenza meditations are really loud. With the music and everything. So I'm like, whispering. Now, this is what I've learned since. This was 2 years ago. So I came out of that retreat and I'm talking to everybody. Hey, do you know what this means? Have you heard this before? Do you know about light language? Because now it's more, we call it light language because there are different origins and some of them come from galactic languages, other star systems. Some come from the ascended masters and angels and so forth. But mine tend to be of a galactic origin. So the way the light language works is it's a frequency. So it's not a particular translation. But some of you may feel it, some of you may not. But I'm going to do a little light language blessing if that's okay. All right. So the intention is to release any kind of self-doubt, any kind of, it's really self-doubt that holds us back, and fear. So my fear has been, I can't talk light language. Everybody's going to think I'm crazy, Well, yeah, they probably do, and it is weird. But then I got a message that it wasn't for Marlou Harris that this came through. It was for me to share. Why would it just be for me, right? I mean, Joe Dispenza, come on. He's like up there, right? All right. So here's the blessing. Releasing self-doubt, releasing fear. It's about self-expression. Ayaza kuto uryasa sa shisha baba anakarya sa tuku ulyasa se. Ishi kadababa basa ke e. Ishi kadababa baba ayasa ke e. Iku uryata ta se kenyariat patula sa se kanarayata ko ulyase. Isiki baba anakaryasaka oshu shaba anakaryasate. Ibisa la lava koryasana shishiria. Inakana sashiria basate. Ko It's going away now in a spiral up. You may see it, sense it, visualize this spiral going up into beyond the sun, into the great central sun, and down into the earth. And yes, that's a little taste of that. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Marlou. Thank you. Thank you for the blessing. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. After our last co-author, we want to open up the space for you to have the opportunity to ask any questions to any of the co-authors. So as you're taking in Ida's time of sharing, I would invite you simultaneously to say, is there a question that I have for someone that shared? Maybe you think back to something that Jen shared or Natasha or Maureen and go, I'd like to ask them that question. And so maybe just have that in the forefront of your mind. Our sixth co-author is Ida Ra Nalbandian. She is an author dedicated to exploring the power of language to inspire and cultivate expansion of the greater good. and a more compassionate world. One of her books, Jacob's Magic Vegetables: How Loving Kindness Grows, was an Amazon bestseller and Dream Vision 7 Radio and TV Network Children's Book of the Month, and 2025 Purple Dragonfly received the 2025 Purple Dragonfly Award. So Ida's chapter is chapter 11, and the title is The Unseen Hand, Whispered Prayers, and the Power of Belief. If you guys would give Ida a warm welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here with us today. I would like just to put a light on my work. For many years now, I've been researching time-tested modalities of wellness. That subject deeply interests me, and I'm passionately looking for those modalities lived and experienced today. And my stories, this is publication number 7 that I published my story. I've been lucky to connect with David and be part of this wonderful group. So what I do, I hear or witness these stories that are transformative. And then I put a spotlight on them for a reader to know that if something survived for thousands of years, it is a science itself. We don't need proof. That's the proof that something is alive for 5,000 years. It's alive and it's been used. So there are different modalities of wellness. It can be Tai Chi, it can be meditation, it can be music, it can be even laughter. Through laughter, people heal themselves. So this research for about 4 decades that I've been going through taught me the following. I'm not going to talk about chakras. I'm going to talk about governing centers that our body has, which is the mind, the heart, and the gut. And these 3 governing centers that are running our lives, they are influenced by 2 things, in my opinion. It's attention and intention. So these 2 things ultimately give a direction to our well-being or the decline of well-being. What this particular story is in this book, if you're interested, please pick up a copy. It is an experience through my eyes and witnesses how united attention and intention, which is the prayer and meditation, targeted to a certain cause, which person was very terminally ill, almost giving his goodbye, how this lifted up and changed the direction of this person to go up rather than go down. Now, my question was, what is it? What is it that steals our attention toward this belief? What is it that steals our attention or guides us to, I believe myself, I'm going to find solution and I'm going to lift myself up with whatever it is I need. So my understanding is it's being open and saying, it can be medication. I don't know. We choose what works for us. There is nobody who can tell us this is right for you. They can give a suggestion, but they cannot tell us this is going to work or not. Ultimately, we decide what is going to work for us. I invite you to read this wonderful publication, which is testament to many of these stories that awakened many, including all of us, through the process of this enlightening process of writing this, coming together, putting this book together with leader David and team. Please explore for yourself our innate, interconnected energies that are there. They're waiting for our attention and intention to unite together and take us to where is greater health is. Enjoy your copy.
Thank you, Ida. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah. Well, we want to spend the next few minutes giving you the opportunity to ask a few questions. And after that, we'll have a closing thought and then some opportunity to connect with each one of the authors. So I'd love to be able to just pass the mic to be able to, so we could hear a question. Is there, and let's see, is there someone who might be able to, Mandy, would you mind handing the mic around? I think our audience is old enough to get this reference. You can be Phil Donahue. Yes. Okay, good. Yeah, you look way more, way nicer than Phil Donahue. I'll just so you know. Okay, good. Who has a question for one of our authors, or it could just be not, that doesn't have to be for a particular author. It could just be for any of them. Yeah. And if you don't have a question, I can just start calling on you to have a question. So, sir in the white shirt, would you have a question? No? Okay, all right. I'm just kidding. Any questions that you have? Yes, Polly. And you know, we would even open it up to if you had some word of affirmation or comment or encouragement, that's available as well too. Polly.
First of all, thank you all for sharing your stories. I'm really interested in what is inspiring all of you right now, given what we're all experiencing in this world, and what's inspiring you to wake up and do your healing work and give your gifts to the world right at this very moment.
Who would like to go first? Julie? Yeah. Oh, I guess we need the microphone back. Yep. Sorry about that.
So I don't get feedback. I think for me, what inspires me the most is that when I help others to heal, we actually help ourselves heal at the same time. And so by doing that, we're getting so much reward for, helping somebody and seeing what they're going through. So it's like the feedback of that, it's sort of a mirror reflection. As they start to get better, it lifts you up. So what inspires me is seeing, people change and transform. I mean, literally having people's physical pain go away, having things that they've worked on emotionally, start to dissolve, having them really open up and seeing their life in a different way, observing their life from a different vantage point. They start to kind of more move into a different understanding where they're not caught up in the story and they're moving beyond that, and they're able to see things from a higher perspective. And even with some of my clients, really directing them, a lot of them really right now, which I think is part of this whole planetary evolutionary thing, are really looking for that heart-centered, what is right for me right now. Like, I feel like so many people don't want to do the traditional, jobs that they've been doing. It's a breakdown of these systems that are happening. So I help guide people through them finding themselves. And so the reward, and I think the reason I love to do it is because it feels so good to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's great. Somebody else? Yeah, Jen? Ida, you want to?
What inspires me is daily, everyday life occurrences that are miracles in my mind. I capture the transformation moment through my writing, and then I share it with others so they can be inspired. This wasn't on the news. This wasn't a celebrity. This wasn't person who has driving in limousine. This is a person like you and me who just made a decision to do something else. And that transformative shift that lifted them up through their decision, that's what I capture, and that's what inspires me. And then I share it with all of you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ida. Yeah.
What inspires me is when I witness people having aha moments, like, aha, I get it. Like, oh, I never thought of it that way. Like, it just brings me so much joy, because I think I've experienced that. And on the other side of that, it brings me peace and freedom. And I just wish that for everyone.
I guess I can add to this as well. What inspires me is knowing when I'm helping someone make the wise choices and knowing the blessings that they have to receive from heaven as a result of it versus the choices that they had been making previously. The other thing that inspires me is getting to see and feel and hear the happiness from that person's guides or angels or the ascended masters or God when they do make that choice. So it's multidimensional. It's here and it's also from heaven above at the same time.
Wonderful. Marlou, did you want to share?
Sure. Well, what really inspires me is when I have an aha moment. Yeah, when I have an aha moment, and I just had one. I just had one of those. Like I figured I went, oh, okay, that's why this sounded this way, or why this landed this way. And when I had that, it's like, oh my God, I got it. I'm following intuition and knowing to go this direction or that direction. And by the way, we wrote this book and we live all over, all of us live here in Southern California. But so many of the authors live all around the world, right? And all around the country. Right. So we're on a podcast. And so David had a podcast of 5 each, 5 authors, and we're on this podcast. And would you know, Jen here and myself were on the same podcast, and we literally live next door to each other. Literal. That our houses practically are kissing. Okay. And so that was really interesting too, wasn't it? To just like, what? Oh, Anyway, so that was a synchronicity. And so now I've got a new friend in the neighborhood, right? That's great.
Thank you, Marlou. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I love this question, Polly. Thank you so much. It's so deep. And that's what I love to do, is to help people go deep. Because we live on the surface so much of the time, but if we just take a little effort and meditate and connect and tap into our heart and connect into our higher self, our true authentic nature, our own divinity, that's where we find the peace that we've always been looking for, the love that we've always been looking for, the deep relaxation, that sense of ease and calm that we're all looking for. And it's all right within us. It's not outside of us. And helping people 1 at a time, 10 at a time, 50 at a time, like everyone here in this room, it just awakens the heart of humanity. And how do you awaken the heart of humanity? And awaken is through awakening peace within the individual, one person at a time. And then you can also have peace in a collective, peace in a country, and peace on earth. So the only way we can have peace on earth, it's an inside job. It's not an outside job. So that's what inspires me. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Yeah. Anyone else have a question that comes to mind? Anyone? All right. Well, then I've got one. If you were to share one word that you would love to gift to everyone here, including the other co-authors, is there a word that comes to your mind or heart that you go, man, I just want to give this as a gift to each individual and maybe help us understand why? What is that particular word? We don't have to go in order here because I don't want you to have to feel forced. Ida, you've got a word? Ida loves words. Yes.
Wake up.
And why is that?
You hold the power.
Wake up. That's 2 words. You got to pick one. You want wake or you want up? It's a hyphen. Okay. Come on. Tell us why. What is it about wake up that's so important for us?
Because we hold the power. Ultimately, we all hold the power. If we wake up, we will hold the power.
Thank
we
you.
don't hold the power because we are not aware that we have that power. Wake up means I am aware I have that power. And I believe every single soul has that power. That's why I'm capturing your story.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ida. Somebody else. Did you want to go next?
Yeah.
Or you want to hold off?
I guess kind of the theme is feel. So just let yourself feel and feel without judging. I think it's the mind that judges how we feel And if we just let our hearts feel, then it just feels like the solution. I don't know.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you. So we have wake up, wake, up, and feel. All right. Wake up and feel. Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay. So when you asked it, the first thing I heard was faith, and then they repeated it. They explained to me that as challenging and difficult as it is throughout our incarnations, which no matter where you turn, we are going to hit periods where it's difficult, relationship, job, health, to hold on to faith that things are happening to you exactly how they are supposed to for your soul's growth. And it's so easy to fall into despair and hopelessness. But faith is what's going to help keep pulling you back up into keeping that hopeful state so you keep forging forward. Hope and faith.
Thank you. Thank you. Wake up, feel, faith. Are you ready, Jen?
So mine is love, because everything is love. Love is the most formidable force in the universe. Love is the creative force of the universe. And we are love. We just need to remember it. Thank you.
Thank you. Wake up, feel, faith, and love. Are you ready, Marlou? You can just leave it. That's fine. Yeah.
So the word that came to me was receive. And we've done so much heart opening here and just opening into our intuition and our feelings. And as a therapist, it was always, what do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? To the point where people are like, stop asking me how I feel. You know, that's a therapist question. So, but anyway, it's an important one. So I would say feelings are your friends too. That was it. Anyway, receive is just allowing yourself to receive, because once your heart is open, you are able to receive all the beauty, all the joy, all the gratitude and everything, the love, you know, so just receive, receive, receive. And David, you have to have a word too.
I will have a word. Wake up, feel, faith, love, and receive. Julie, are you ready?
My words have been kind of popping around. I think the word that I'm going to stick with is serve. And that I believe that we're all here to serve each other and to help each other. And so to be of service in any way that fills your heart, and whatever your skills are, is just to always go with that attitude of serving others.
Thank you, Julie. The word that comes to mind for me is mission. I believe that each one of us has a mission here on earth, and it can be challenging sometimes to try to distinguish that, because we think, well, it's got to be like her mission or his mission, or my mission feels so much smaller than their mission. And we get into this whole comparison thing. And I just go, no. Like, there's something inside of you that I believe is connected to service, because we are here to serve one another. And I think that mission is the way in which we serve each other. And that mission might even kind of tweak or shift or change over the course of our life. We might even get more clarity. We can get more, feel more purposeful in different seasons. But I just feel like you have a mission here on this earth. I see it so clearly in each one of these 6 women. Like, they are living out their mission. They are come to serve and help and heal and communicate their story, your story. It's so powerful. So I'm so thankful, Julie, for you participating in this book and sharing your purpose and your mission here. Ida, thank you so much. You are bringing so much power to this world by saying, wake up. Natasha, thank you for sharing your heartfelt story in the book. Really appreciate it. Maureen, it's great to have you here. So thankful for your participation and the way that you challenge us to embrace faith. Thank you. And Marlou, it's great to have your participation. Really appreciate all that you bring to the table. Appreciate your energy and passion that you are bringing. So thank you. And Jen, Really appreciate all that you bring to the table. Appreciate your organization of this afternoon. Thank you. And I would love, if it's okay, for you to maybe speak a blessing over us.
Sure.
And before she does that, we will transition to a time for you to connect with each one of the authors. And so if you have a book, you're welcome to have them sign it. I'd encourage you to have all of them sign it, not just the person you came here to support. We've got some books available. Each one of the authors has copies to provide to you. The paperback is $20, the hardback's $40. And also, I think some of the authors, they've got information on the chairs that's available to you. And I think maybe some of the authors might have some special gifts for you as well. So
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dave, for your leadership and for leading all of us through this lovely afternoon. So I will leave us with a departing blessing. May divine love unite and unify us in peace, in harmony, in ever new joy and bliss. And may we always remember who we are as an expression, as an extension of the divine. It's just our remembering of who we are. And eventually we will all get there. Amen. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.